I walked the Brooklyn Bridge for the first time in my life in Pointe shoes. I'm gonna head to Union Square Park and jet glue my Pointe shoes for the first time ever. I am off to do a little photo shoot. It was just destroying relationships, it was destroying my work. I'm kind of having just a massive identity crisis. So I picked up some jet glue, air quote, for my Pointe shoes. Gonna see if I can get one last use out of them. Maybe 2 uses out of them. We'll see. But I say air quote, because really I just got myself some regular good old Gorilla Glue, and I'm hoping that that works because I can't find any jet glue anywhere, and I have a Pointe class tonight. I'm gonna head to Union Square Park because it's a gorgeous day. I do not want to be inside, and jet glue my Pointe shoes for the first time ever. Let's see how it goes. Here we go, getting ready for Pointe. Pointe. It was really good. I love this class. This is my first class back after a pretty long time of not taking Pointe. But I clipped one of my toenails way too short and it was killing me the whole time. So, note to self, don't do that again. Good morning. Today I am off to the Brooklyn Bridge to do a little photo shoot. Never met the photographer before. We just connected on Instagram and I said yes. It's my first photo shoot on Pointe. And I did tell her, I was like, I am not a professional. I have no idea what I'm doing. So please don't expect anything wild and crazy from me. But I'm excited nonetheless. I'm gonna have to quickly do my hair. And also I have to say, I'm loving the Merit mascara. This is not sponsored. Where is it? They did gift it to me a while back. This mascara, I freaking love it so much. It's bold, but also kind of natural. So, yeah, fun. Thanks, Merit. Okay, anyway, let's go.
Area. Yeah.
finished up the photo shoot and it was so much fun. Oh my gosh, she is the nicest, sweetest ever. So everybody dispersed. Everybody had to go to work or catch planes and trains and all that good stuff. But I am just sitting in this beautiful park in Dumbo. It's so lovely. And yeah, I've been up since maybe like 6:30 this morning. So now a wave of exhaustion is beginning to hit me, but I am off to go see Giselle for the first time. So yeah, it's a very ballet-centric day, but a good day. I have these pancakes and I want to eat so badly, but I don't have a fork and my feet are freaking killing me after walking around in Pointe shoes. I walked the Brooklyn Bridge for the first time in my life in Pointe shoes. Ambitious, deeply ambitious, which is the nice way of saying delusional and crazy. But I did it. So I wanted to have a proper catch up with you because it's been a while since I've officially vlogged. I know that my videos have been really inconsistent and I miss it. I miss you. I miss you so much. I watch some of my old videos back, or I watch some of the people that inspired me originally to make vlogs in the first place, and I'm like, man, I really do love this. But a lot has happened. Some of which I can talk about, some of which I can't. But let's chit chat. I'll fill you in on some crazy details. I'm never really quite sure how much I'm supposed to share. I don't want to be an oversharer, but I also sometimes feel like you need context. I never want to come off as complaining. I never want to come off as bragging. Like, do I show all the highlight reel to inspire you and encourage you and uplift you without showing the shit? Because that doesn't really feel authentic. But then some of it is personal, and then the parts that aren't personal are kind of like, well, I also don't want to drag you down and complain. And you know what, at the end of the day, what I've learned is that I have to just do what feels right for me, baby, because I'm never gonna please everybody. I'm gonna be criticized no matter what I do. So actually, Eleanor Roosevelt said that. I think the direct quote was, bitches be hatin'. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. So live thy truth, you know, or something like that. I'm kind of having just a massive identity crisis, if I can be honest with you. Over the past few years, I have been dealing with some tremendous, heavy stuff that has really humbled me. Sometimes I look back at past Veronica and I'm really proud of her. I don't even know where she got the strength, the energy, the confidence that she had. So I'm really learning a lot from my past self. Like, I'm trying to take the nuggets of wisdom that she had and marry them now with the awakening that I've had in the wake of some really tough stuff. I'm not her anymore, but at the same time, there's pieces of her that I miss. There's pieces of her that I'm angry with for getting me into some of the situations that I've been in. This has been a long time coming. But last year especially was kind of like what I refer to as my year of betrayal. I was betrayed in pretty much every which way you could conceive of. Financially, romantically, working relationships, friendships. It's not been all sunshine and roses. There are just days where I just haven't had it in me. And I've had to really take a step back and prioritize my mental health. And because of a lot of the things that I experienced in the past year or so, or actually, to be honest, several years, I have learned that I am struggling big time with a myriad of different issues, but I'm also majorly struggling with something called CPTSD. CPTSD is a lot like PTSD, as in post-traumatic stress disorder, but the C stands for complex. My understanding is that PTSD is a bad thing happens, and now, your mind links those specific things, like maybe something traumatic happens to you in an elevator. Now you're afraid of elevators. Complex PTSD is when something happens over and over and over again, and you're just getting hit from all angles. It kind of took over my entire life. What the main brunt of it is about trust. I have a very hard time trusting other people. I have a very hard time trusting myself, which is probably the saddest part of it. If you've ever struggled with something like that, it's kind of like you lose your sense of self, and that voice, that inner wisdom that we all have and that I used to feel like I was deeply connected to, kind of feels like it's just gone. And you don't know how to make decisions. You don't know how to let other people in to help you, because that doesn't feel safe either. And it feels very alone and very scary. And then there's a lot of anger too. Like, why me? Why did I do this to myself? Why did someone else do this to me? It's a whole lovely little cocktail of horrible emotions. It seeps into more areas of your life than just, okay, this situation happened to me, so now I'm very uncomfortable putting myself in similar situations. It feels like it becomes part of your inner makeup now, that every single morning I wake up and I'm having trouble getting out of bed. I'm having trouble just wanting to exist that day. I've gotten so much better, which is why I even feel like I have the energy and the motivation to pick up the camera today. It's really, really hard to be in the middle of trying to follow my dreams and run and grow this business, which I've worked so hard at and I've poured my heart and soul into, while also trying to recover from these traumatic events, while also trying to maintain a presence on social media and all of these things, and not being able to trust myself and not being able to trust other people, not get the help that I need, not know how I want to show up. It's just like this huge, massive identity crisis that does not make you want to sit in front of a camera and then have to edit the silly things that you say, then worry how they're going to be perceived, and just all the things. So it's been really, really difficult to show up. And I don't say that to complain or whatever. I don't know how this will be taken, but I just wanted to share, because if you're going through something like that, you're not alone. The people whose lives you think are so perfect and they have it all figured out and they have it all together, they don't. No one does. I promise you that. No one does. Some people are better at hiding it. Maybe some people haven't even experienced their turn in the pickle barrel, so to speak, yet. But everybody has their own battles that they're fighting. And something that I've learned throughout the healing process so far is the importance of talking about it, getting a support system, and not living in this fog of shame, because you fall away from your friends and family, you fall away from people that actually love you, fall away from the things that you used to love doing. Oh my gosh, for such a long time, I kept waking up and realizing I don't really care about anything. I really just don't care about anything. I don't care about dance anymore. I don't care about putting on a cute little outfit. I don't care about doing the dishes. I don't care about taking a shower. Like, I just don't care. I don't care. And I lived in complete and utter chaos. It was just destroying relationships. It was destroying my work that I've worked so hard at, like building all of this. But at the same time, in the months that I've been away, lots of beautiful things have been happening. Working on a huge project that's taken up a lot of my brain capacity and mental willpower, which you will learn more about very soon. And I've gotten to do things like hire my first team member for my business. Her name is Larissa. She's out of this world. She is probably half the reason why I haven't actually gone crazy. And she actually used to come to a lot of my Adult Ballet Academy workshops. And now she's my first team member. So that's really exciting, you know? And that's amazing. It's like, okay, we're growing. I keep having to ground myself with this gratitude of I'm here. Like, I am here. I largely became the version of myself that baby Veronica dreamed of and never, ever imagined was possible for her. Like, I remember what it felt like to watch other people make YouTube videos or whatever and think, oh my gosh, they have just been kissed by God. You know, they have the golden touch. There's something special about them. And I'm never gonna be that person. I'm never gonna be a dancer. I could never make YouTube videos. I could never vlog. Now, having spent years wading through so much BS and learning how to do all of those things, it really has awakened me to the fact that it's a skill. All it is a skill, and we can learn new skills all the time. I really just feel like if I can do these things, if I can learn to dance, if I can pick up a camera and learn to edit and learn to film and learn to talk, you could do it too. You know, or you could do any of the other things that you dream of doing. So I just wanted you to know that even when you're seeing these nice posts on social media, you know, it's like, that's not inauthentic, because there are really beautiful moments of life. And I think that they're worth documenting. I think that they're worth sharing. But that doesn't mean that that's 100% of the picture. If you are struggling with something, please take this as a sign. Talk about it. Don't keep these things hidden away. I did not talk about what I was going through for almost an entire decade. I shut people out. I shut down, and it just made things worse and worse and worse. I completely lost myself, and I'm slowly but surely getting myself back. I'm finding my fire again. And in a way, I'm almost grateful for a lot of the things that I've been through, because I think what I miss most about old Veronica was her fire and her boldness. And when life has beaten you down so much, I just look at her and I'm like, girl, where are you getting that from? But I feel a little bit of that fire returning. And I feel like I have a newfound sense of conviction. I have a stronger, even stronger purpose now. I am never going to let anything keep me down. Anything. Because if I can overcome the shit that I've put up with, and if I can still somehow find that fire again, that is the human spirit. That is the freaking human spirit. We are so resilient. We are so resilient, baby. So I want to say this. I want to say this to you because I don't know what you're going through. I promise you that it takes time. Sometimes it takes a boatload of therapy. Sometimes it takes journaling. Sometimes it takes reaching out to friends and family. Sometimes it takes picking up and moving. Sometimes it takes what feels like blowing up your entire life and everything you have known and been comfortable with. But you will never lose yourself entirely. The human spirit is too strong. You will not be broken down. And I'm sorry to tell you this, there are fucking crazy people in the world, okay? very broken people that just don't want other people to be happy, is what I've learned. And you can get swept away by that. You can be beaten down, you can be mistreated, you can be abused, you can be lied to, you can be betrayed, you can be all those things, and you can still not lose yourself, and you can still return to yourself. That fire, it might dim, but it never burns out, and it can burn bright yet again. I don't know, I'm starting to get that fire back. I have this project that I'm really trying to work on finishing, and that should be launching very soon, and I think you're really gonna like it. Oh, I hope so. I'm scared. I'm actually kind of terrified. It's kind of my baby, so I'm really excited about that. That's been keeping me going. There are days where I want to give up and I'm like, what am I thinking? Who am I? Why did I get myself into this? All that fun stuff. But in the end, I really am excited. And I'm also thinking of starting some kind of podcast where I can be a little bit more raw and real and just sit and chit chat, because I really love doing this. I really love talking. What gave that away? Some of you have asked about that, and I've resisted it for such a long time because I'm like, oh, I just don't need another thing to do. I'm already so overwhelmed. But I think a podcast would be maybe a little bit easier to produce. So I've got some ideas, I've got some plans. I think I'm really gonna do it. I did a poll on Instagram and there was overwhelming positive response to it. That would probably live here in some capacity, and I'm not entirely sure what it's gonna look like yet, but I think it could be fun if we could just sit and chit chat in between my dance diaries and, you know, all the other types of things. So if that's something you would like, let me know. Let me know maybe some topics that you'd want me to talk about. And I think we could go a little bit broader than just ballet. What are we thinking? How do we feel about that? So the fire is returning. I think it's returning. Yeah. Little by little. Anyway, I just got something in my eye, so I'm gonna go, but it's gonna be okay. You got this.